interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Warning: the following program contains explicit language and mature content. It is not meant for the easily offended. So if you are an emotional pussy, please refrain from listening. Thank you and enjoy.
Ooh, there we go. We're going hot.
Yeah.
Red hot. Back again. The Words on Fire podcast. Your boy Cujo, my man Jules.
Mm-hmm.
You know where we're at.
We're here now.
We're here.
It's
We're
working.
here.
It's working.
We're here. Oh, fuck. All right. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties right now. Remember, follow us on the Instagram at the Words on Fire podcast. Same handle on YouTube. If you're seeing us there, like, subscribe. Hit all those good buttons. Hit the bell notification so you can see when we're back on. If you're listening to us on the audio platform, jump over to YouTube. Check us out. See our ugly mugs. And when you get there, you're going to see this guy on the left of me. And so I got to think which way I am because of the camera. Well, he's on my left.
Yeah,
you're right on the screen. There you go. He goes by the name of Rob Nice. Rob, you are from Rap Seminar. What exactly? Tell the people what Rap Seminar is.
Yeah. Peace, man. Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a blessing. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you standing through all this shit.
No doubt. Nah, technical difficulties happen, man. It just makes it iller when we get it done.
There you go.
So, but yeah, man, Rap Seminar started off as strictly like a lyrical analysis platform, right? Where I would analyze MC's lyrics and basically break it down to the point where I can put all of the data into charts and graphs, right?
Okay.
So what I do is I invented rap stats, okay? And basically what rap stats are the tangible, quantifiable techniques that rappers use, right?
Okay.
I identify those, I tally them, and I put everything in charts and graphs for the artists and then promote them, you know what I'm saying, online with those videos and those images that I create for them. So I look for like how many metaphors, how many similes, how many alliterations, internal rhymes, end rhymes, right?
Yeah.
I also do things like I'll calculate like their rhyme percentage out of all the words that they used, how many have a rhyme, right? What's the percentage there? I could calculate like how many rhymes per bar on average an MC is using, right? And so just like athletes know their stats,
right?
MCs can know their stats now too, right? And so that's where we started, right? But it has sort of evolved into more than just the rap stats. What we have is really a cultural hub where artists, producers, record labels, we connect there at Rap Seminar, right? We collab, we reach out to each other, we support each other. So what I'm doing now is I also, my background is in creative writing. I have a master's degree in fine arts with an emphasis in creative writing.
Damn.
And I was a college professor for over a decade teaching literature and English and composition and poetry, right? So what I do is I'm bringing the academic side to hip hop, right? So I help artists with things like I write their press releases for them. I will help artists set up their online shops so that they can sell through drop shipping.
Okay.
For example, we could set you guys up with a shop if you don't have one already.
You
know what I'm saying? And so through my analysis of MCs, through doing workshops and speaking at different schools and universities and hip hop conferences, I got into co-owning a rap school. Actually, the first school focused on hip hop lyricism, and that school is called Pendulum Ink. I'm one of the co-owners. I run it with the founders, Chilla Jones, who is one of the illest, greatest battle rap champions of all time, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to Google Chilla Jones and watch him just annihilate people in the different battle rap leagues. And the other founder is Mickey Fax, who is a Grammy award-winning songwriter, popular MC. So these guys are the founders, and we have some co-owners. So myself, we got Rhymecology, who is Jeff Walker. So what he does is he teaches hip hop and mental health at the school.
Okay.
So with his class, we look at how do MCs put emotions into their bars, and then how can upcoming MCs learn from that and discover themselves through their rhymes, right? We teach about the industry, about business, about how to avoid a bad contract. So it's not just about hip hop lyricism. So Rap Seminar is really a hub for MCs, and we provide all types of stuff. If you want a lyrical analysis, boom, I got you. You need to set up your shop, I got you. You need a press release,
A one-stop shop.
I got you. You know, you want to learn how to write better,
Yeah.
I got you. You know, we write books. We got
You want to
all
stop
kind of
mumbling?
stuff. You want
They
to
got
stop
you.
mumbling? I got you.
Please stop that, please.
Use real words.
Man. So it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's so dope to be able to do what I love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shit like this, like, you know, I'm kicking it with words on fire right now. What's up? You know what I mean?
That's not a highlight, bro.
Yeah. But
That's a good start.
Let's go.
So how do you go from fucking being a teacher into hip hop,
Good
like in
one.
the hip hop world?
Yeah, well, I was always a hip hop head. Like
Yeah.
my family, because of where I grew up in New York, you know, I spent a lot of time in the Bronx with my dad. He was a preacher in the South Bronx.
Okay.
And being there, like on the basketball courts as a youngster, you know, I was like in 5th, 6th grade. Hip hop was just around me. I didn't know what it was called, but through the music people were listening to around me, right? Through what I heard on the radio, through the fashion, the style, the way people spoke to each other.
You were in the Mecca. of
We were in the
hip-hop.
Mecca. That's
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
the homeland. You know,
Everybody was trying to catch up to that.
Yep.
That's where it came from. Was it
So,
DJ Herc?
All of that.
Cool
All
Herc,
of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool Herc?
You know, 1520 Sedgwick. You know what I'm saying? Where hip hop was invented. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So that was a great experience that shaped my life, right? So I was always a hip hop head,
Right.
But what happened was that I didn't have very much direction in my life, right? And I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so my mom, she has always been an educator, and she was like, you know what? You should just go to college.
Right,
You know,
right.
you
Figure it out then.
Go to college, right? And so I did that. I went to college. I got my degrees. When I finished my undergraduate degree, I was like, yo, Ma, because she's always been like my guiding, you know, light, like
beacon.
my beacon,
There
right?
you
So
go.
set me in the, I know she's someone I can trust. So I'm like, Ma, like, I don't want to go and just have a job. You know,
Right.
I'm an artist. I told her I'm an artist.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, what kind of artist are you? You don't even know how to draw. Like, what do you do,
Right.
right? And I'm like, well, you know, I'm a poet, and I've always wrote.
And you know it.
You know what I'm saying?
He's already
Yeah,
started.
right. So I always wrote, you know, and I would have my little poems and my little raps.
Yeah.
And I decided to see if I can get into creative writing school, you know, and so you have this hip hop head who ended up getting into the academic realm because he didn't know where else to go. And one thing led to another. Like I started an open mic here in El Paso called the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series with some
Yeah.
of my colleagues. And then boom, like from there, I got into teaching at EPCC. They didn't let me go. Next thing I know, I'm like applying for tenure. 5 years later, I have tenure. I'm an English
Right.
professor. And then fast forward, it's 15 years went by, and I realized this shit ain't for me. Like,
Wow.
I want to be myself. I love teaching. I love my students, but I've always wanted to just do my own thing, you know?
Felt your hands tied up.
Yeah, man.
Like you were just.
So it's crazy because I learned a lot in the academic world, and because of that, I was able to do something in hip hop that hadn't been done before, you
Right.
know, and come up with these rap stat ideas and learn how to analyze writing properly, right? And so yeah, man. So I've always been into hip hop, but the jump for me was very natural, you know. Yeah, man.
Is there a common thread that you're seeing from your stats that says, like the ones that majorly hit, and it's usually the ones? Well, I guess you got to define what hit is, because hit, people are thinking automatically you got all that airtime, you get the radio play, but like a lot of the biggest MCs, like Nas, one of the best MCs to ever do it, never has radio play because he's not really meant for the radio, right?
Yeah.
he's meant for the people to
Well,
hear.
he could go there if he wants.
He
Yeah,
could.
but
Yeah.
he said he stays true to the craft.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a certain like you know, going on through your analytics that you're talking about? Is there a certain formula that the majority of these guys, like, you have to hit certain certain either I'm not sure if it's similes or metaphors throughout certain bars or what leads to success within
Like the
your
blueprint?
formula.
Yeah, I feel
What's the
you, I feel
blueprint
you.
for that?
You know, that's tricky, man. That's a tricky question, you know, because a lot of the times I think how many techniques you use and how lyrical you like, it might not matter really. Like sometimes like the people who quote unquote, you know, become successful or, you know, whatever your definition of success is, whether that's getting a lot of money or notoriety or street respect. Right. Like, what is your definition of success? Right. Yeah. And I think that the people who end up on the radio and who become like these great superstars commercially tend to have lyrics that are easier to access for people. That I would say they're more generic lyricists, right? That they might not have real super high level techniques and things that you have to dissect, but people understand them, you know, and they can internalize the lyrics. I think also like this success thing is pretty interesting because there's some MCs that are super duper ill and you never heard of them and you'll never hear of them. And they have like the greatest like skill set and say phenomenal things and whatever, but you just never will hear from them, right? So I think that the super duper stars are the people who let me get tangible here for you. That people who use imagery, sight, sound, touch, smell, taste. If you look at the greatest lyricists, I don't care if it's a trap rapper, a boom bap like type of you know, MC, right? You know what I'm saying? The people who are imagistic and can deliver a scene, a moment for you to experience, right? Those are the people who end up, I think, outshining the others.
So like
right?
Nicki Minaj.
Hey, well, there's that what is it? That theory that they say that Nicki Minaj is Jay-Z just rapping faster. They fucking have you heard that?
Ghostwriting for her.
Have you heard that?
I've never heard that.
All right, so watch.
I don't. You know,
look it up on
that is
what is it?
hilarious.
YouTube
On the dark web.
So yeah, what it is, it's actually Jay rapping, but it's just sped up, and that's the voice that you're hearing is the actual.
That's insane. I don't think that is a. These people are bugging because one, like, for Jay to write from the point of view of a woman and touch on all those subjects would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Well, look at Big. He was writing Little Kim stuff, and then he was telling her how to deliver it. I mean, there's audio of him, you know,
showing her.
I don't think that's. I think I'm not going to take nothing away from Nicki Minaj, man. I think she's capable. Of writing her own raps. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying anybody's ghostwriting. I'm just saying as far as imagery, what you were talking about, like she's very good on the eyes.
Yeah,
she's the ears. That's a whole different thing. I don't know. We disagree to agree to disagree. You know.
Yeah.
So on your Mount Rushmore, then.
Okay.
Of top 5 lyricists. Well, you know what? Top 3.
Top 3.
Top
Damn,
3.
You made it more difficult.
Yeah.
Oh man, I couldn't tell you.
Dude, that's very hard.
Who would be your overall your top 3 that you would go to?
All right, so my top 3 are like it depends on when you ask me. Like if you ask me 5 minutes from now, it'll probably be a different 3.
No, I'm talking about like solidified it can't be removed from Mount Rushmore.
Right, so
they can't lose their place.
Their status.
Okay.
I mean, there's some that you could take.
Can I say Wu-Tang Clan? Am I allowed to say? Can that be
well,
one?
now we're talking about supergroups because now we're talking.
Or you mean one lyricist?
No,
like
just I mean,
individuals.
Just lyricists individually.
Yeah.
So let me say
because they'll fill up the whole mountain already.
All right, this is tough, man. This is difficult.
Trans Mountain.
I gotta say, let me just stay true to myself, right?
Yep.
Sean Price from Helter Skelter. You know what I mean? He is, in my opinion, one of the most entertaining and technical rappers around. He can make you laugh. He'll scare the shit out of you with like how ill he is, you know? So I got to say Sean P is one of my favorites ever.
Yeah, and he didn't get enough credit, man.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean, later you realize, you know, people were shouting him out, but when he was around, I mean, unless you were with was it Buck Down?
Yeah, Duck Down.
Duck Down. Duck Down. I mean, I knew about him because I'm a hip hop head, but man, underrated.
Yeah, Sean Price is definitely in my Mount Rushmore right there. I would probably also say, Man, let me say, I absolutely love MF Doom.
Oh shit.
Some people, for some people, he's like an acquired taste. But I got into MF Doom through his instrumentals first.
Yep.
Because I used to bootleg, you know what I'm saying? Like all of us.
Right.
And there was a time I got a hold of this album. It was like just a ton of his beats. And I was like, yo, this is out there like crazy.
Yeah.
And I liked his music with Madlib too. So I really got into MF Doom. Like I became like a fanatic, like an MF Doom fanatic.
Did you like the KMD project when he made?
I like KMD. Yeah, that was something I got into later on.
See, I was into third base, so that's how I got introduced to him.
Yep.
I like Fuzz, all that stuff.
I like his character. You know, his approach to writing was very creative. He wouldn't even refer to himself.
Right.
He would talk like in third person and tell these crazy stories, and you just got to figure it out. You know. So I like Doom. You know,
even though he'd send imposters when he.
Yeah, that's all a part of it. Like that's
he would send someone to fill him in. Fill in for him
with a mask on. You don't know it's not him.
That's a beautiful part of it. Boy.
I heard people got really upset at that. Too,
yeah, I remember all that.
If you pay for a show, you want to see Doom.
Yeah, you want to see
Doom,
him,
right?
But Doom was a weird cat though, man.
So we got Doom.
So I got Doom, Sean Price. That's where I'm at. That's the type of like I like abstract type stuff. You know. Let me see. Who else would I say?
If it's abstract, how about Mr. Abstract? You know, Q-Tip.
Q-Tip. I like Q-Tip. I like Tribe Called Quest. Like he's multi-talented. I don't know if
him lyrically.
I can't like all. I don't know if he's on my lyrical Mount Rushmore. You know, so to speak. As Tribe Called Quest, if we're talking groups, yes. Okay. If there's a group Mount Rushmore that I could do,
they got to be on there.
They got to be there for sure.
They got that jazz vibe too.
Just all of that, yeah.
They got that jazz vibe, which is fucking fire.
Guru.
I love Guru.
Oh man,
Guru, come on.
He'd be on mine.
Guru is phenomenal, dude. Like Above the Clouds, sounds are original.
Yeah.
Infinite skills create miracles. You know what I'm saying? Like
just smooth.
Guru is amazing. Let me see, who else do I really like? Damn, this is tough. Of course, there's always like the Biggies and the Pacs. For me, I was on to Biggie first before Pac because I was on the East Coast then. And I didn't really know too much about Pac until I moved to Cali. And then I realized, Pac was brilliant, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pac was. See, but so as you can see, we're through the picture there here. We got Biggie on my shoulder over here, my right shoulder.
Yep.
As much as I love Biggie, I don't think you could really put Biggie as a top lyricist just because the catalog wasn't as big.
It's tough.
He was taken from us too early to where you can say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, the stories he told.
Oh, yeah. Well, the majority of his shit was all freestyle. That's what people don't like.
Wow.
Like Juicy. Mm-hmm. That shit, he just came in and was like, all right, let me knock something down.
Damn.
Fucking 5 minutes later, he's the fucking number one hit. Yeah, he just came in and fuck around and he took off.
It's a shame we lost him so soon because he had so much, potential. You know,
and Big Pun. Big Pun.
Oh, I love Big Pun, man. All of that domestic violence shit aside, Big Pun is I guess Pun is on my. Let me say Pun is on my Mount Rushmore of lyricists.
Yeah.
That's
probably he had a small catalog
my Trinity.
Too, though.
My Trinity is Pun, Sean P, MF
He's something
Doom.
else.
I like all those guys, but like I said,
Pun was something else.
My top changes from moment to moment. You know, it's tough to.
So depends what the mood you're in.
Yeah.
You see, because I think like we're talking about. You want to talk like catalog. Like Pac would write like for days. Like he'd write and write and write, and a lot of the shit. I mean, because they even have a class on him in Berkeley, USC.
They got classes,
They got all kinds of shit, which is dope because he's more into the poetry side as opposed to making money through.
Well, I think he didn't have
hip hop.
He didn't have a choice in some of his life because that's all he had time for was just sit there and write.
Yeah. No, when he was locked up, he was writing like a motherfucker.
That's why he came out with a double album. But
let me ask you a thought on this because I don't know if we've talked about this or not. Any thought that Big was taken out by Puffy?
Wow.
Yeah, that's some whole conspiracy.
That would be tragic. You know, like some type of. You know, I've read the conspiracies, right? Like there's some like there's all this stuff, right? I don't like to think that way personally because that is depressing and it's just
they both died over some stupid shit.
You know what
and
I'm
it
saying?
was
I find it hard to believe that Puff would do that, because Big made, like, okay, I think that one, they've had a bond, you know, and two, I think that Big probably could have made Puff more money had he been alive.
See, but there's that rumor that Big was on his way out. He was going to branch out on his own.
Well, he was already doing that with that Junior Mafia shit.
He was going to get away from Bad Boy. He was going to have his own record company, and that's why they took his ass out.
I don't know, man.
And that's the same thing that they said with Pac.
And Suge Knight,
because Pac had fulfilled his record contract with Suge, and he was going to go do Death Row East, and he was going to do his own shit. And he's like, "The fuck you are."
I think we're probably like putting too much into it. Like, I think it was
some ignorant shit.
Just some shit happened. They beat the shit out of this kid. And then the uncles came back and they killed. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was just some stupid shit. But I don't think Suge had anything to do with that.
It's one of these are two of like the great like unsolved mysteries of like our time. You know?
Yeah.
I think that there's always going to be people trying to figure out what happened, and you know, there's huge losses for the culture. You know.
Other people are saying what Pac is in fucking Cuba.
Yeah,
he's still in Cuba and shit.
People think Elvis is still alive, you know?
Oh yeah, because he made the Machiavelli.
No, honestly, I think Pac had too much pride to be hiding out. I don't think he was too loud. Man. You can't be Pac and like just witness all this shit, man. Like, I don't think that. I don't think he's still here, man. Personally.
Yeah, no. There's no way he's around because he could have gone anywhere without being recognized because he was. Anywhere he's there, you hear him. Like you fucking hear. You'll hear him before you see him.
I know you focus on lyricists, but like, how about producers, like beat makers?
Oh yeah, honestly, man, I listen to more instrumentals and beat tapes than anything because I do a lot of work like on my computer. I'm a creative, right? So I create stuff, and when I'm doing my when I'm in my artistic realm, it's just producers and instrumentals and stuff that I really listen to a lot. Some of my favorite producers are people like Apollo Brown. He is a phenomenal producer. If you go into iTunes, you can find some of his just like beat tapes, right? One of them is called Clouds. That is fire. And then he has another one, I think it's called 38. It has a gun on the cover.
Okay.
Heat. Every beat is fire. Is it called 38 or 45? I'm sorry, Apollo Brown, but you know what I'm talking about.
While you're talking, I'll look it up.
That album is fire, absolute fire.
And it's all instrumentals.
And then one of my favorite producers, he's kind of not an old school. He's kind of like a new school producer, but in the classical realm of hip hop. Like his name is V-Don. V-Don is, if you like the Mobb Deeps, the Wu-Tang, you know, like the those type shit? Of that grimy shit. I would say he's kind of a descendant of that in some way. His music is a little bit more atmospheric,
like
but
mathematics 38. Type shit.
38, the Apollo Brown 38 album. Listen to that, it's killer. But I really like V-Don. He has a ton of
who's he work with?
Tapes. He has albums with people like Ito. Have you heard of Ito? He has an album with Estinac, I believe, a Dominican rapper from Rhode Island, from Providence. He has an album with let me see. He has music with who's this other dude? Willie the Kid.
Okay.
It's really heat, man. It's some good music, man. And that I'll listen to V-Don a lot, just the beats, because
is Willie the Kid? That kid's from Philly, right?
Willie the Kid is not from Philly. That's La the Darkman's brother.
Oh, okay.
La the Darkman from
okay.
Wu-Tang. Yeah, that's his brother. And he's a businessman. He has I think he's involved in the cannabis industry in his state, in his city.
Why did I think he was from fucking Philly? I don't know.
Nah, he's not from Philly. Yo, there's this MC who also did an album with V-Don, and oh man, let me I gotta find it. But
gonna be
hold up. Yeah, now we're doing this. But
how about, do you like Raw the Rugged?
R.A. the Rugged Man? Yeah, I like, dude. That guy is amazing, a beast, man. You know,
amazing. He was here recently.
He did that. He did the Alphabet.
Oh, dude, that dude is
Yeah.
he's just so amazing, man.
That's a wild cat.
I saw R.A. the Rugged Man here in town at the 501 bar.
Just recently,
and Bistro.
right?
No, this was years ago, right?
Oh, okay.
And it was hilarious. And those of you who were there, it was a memorable event. This dude, man, R.A., he was on stage and he was rapping, right? And he's real, like, I would say unapologetic, you know what I mean? And just pretty raw type of character. And this dude who was a DJ got up on stage while R.A. was performing to like mess with the sound or something. He had DJ'd like a little bit earlier.
Okay.
And R.A. the Rugged Man didn't know who this guy was. He didn't see him, right?
Right.
And the thing is, this guy has cerebral palsy.
Oh shit.
So he kind of moves a little
Weird.
Right.
differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's getting up on stage. He has cerebral palsy. R.A. gets on the mic and says, "Get this fucking drunk guy off the stage."
Oh shit.
And he pushes dude off the stage, son. Yo, it was insane.
That's
And
hilarious.
Everybody was like, "Yo, this dude got cerebral palsy." Like he ain't, and like he,
It is what it is.
dude. That
Well, at
was
least he
one
didn't
of
make him
the-
tap out.
Nah, it was one of the most wild things I ever seen. in
I
my
heard he
life.
came into town with what was it Onyx recently?
Oh shit. Was
This
it the
shit.
whole Onyx or was it just sticky?
Oh, Onyx is. I love Onyx, man.
Yeah, yeah, I do a little bit.
All right.
Nah, they
Well,
dropped the album in the last few years that sounds like they made it like in '97.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
it's a crazy album. I think it's called like 1995 or some crazy shit like that. But yo, Dark Low and V Dawn.
Okay.
Dark Low. Okay.
Dark Low and V Dawn. This album is called Charlie Pope. 10 motherfucking stars, yo. This shit is heat.
Oh yeah.
Fire.
Really?
Fire. I highly
Source
recommend
5
it.
mics.
5.5, man. This is.
Damn,
if
I
I could
remember
play
that.
it for you now, I would. But
Yeah, no,
Charlie
we
Pope,
can take
Dark
it down.
Low.
We can take it down on YouTube for
Yeah.
playing some unedited
Nah, let's
shit
not
that's
do
not
that.
ours. Damn. So what's when you're talking about instrumentals? Like, what is the flow of instrumentals that you're into? Is it like when you hear certain sides, right? You hear East Coast. You usually hear a lot of that dude, when you're mentioning like Tribe Called Quest. You're talking about
Yeah.
all the jazz sound, all the jazz flow. When you're mentioning Wu-Tang, it's that old fucking just. When you hear that certain instrumental, you feel like it's cutting people because it's
Right.
It's cutting like a guillotine sword.
Yep.
And then when you go to the West Side, the West Coast, you got all your hard synthesizers, your hard fucking.
Well, it depends what West. I mean, if you go
That's true.
Oakland,
Yeah,
if you go
if you go
Oakland and you go
Oakland-
the hieroglyphics and
yeah,
That's
the,
that
the high
boom
was
bap
it?
type.
Yeah, yeah,
They
you
can
know.
hang anywhere, like
Yeah.
Freestyle Fellowship and
Yeah.
like the Abstract Roots and all those guys.
So what
Dilated
Nine.
people.
dilated peoples.
Yeah.
So when you're feeling down, like what's the go to bring you up, to bring you like, you know what, everything's going to be all right after this shit. Like what do you
some
go
uplifting
to?
shit?
Yeah. What do you go to get you out the slums?
Man, yo, I don't know, man. Anything that
Miley Cyrus.
are we
Party
in
of
the
the
hip-hop
USA.
realm, or you wanna
Party of
get-
the USA.
Nah, no. If I'm
shit.
down and out on the real, like I'll put on some Miles Davis, man.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like
Okay.
that album, what is it? Kinda Blue.
Okay.
Or In a Silent Way. Bitches Brew. Like I'll listen to Miles Davis, some like John Coltrane type shit. Like I get into that. If I'm really, really down and out, I'm Dominican. I'll put on some bachata, man.
Oh,
Okay.
Some Teodoro or some Anthony Santos.
can't do
You know what I'm
bachata.
saying? Like, you don't rock with bachata,
can't
man?
do bachata.
The old school
It's-
bachata,
it's-
though.
it's
Like
too,
the old school.
Nah, it's not my style.
I'll listen to the old school shit, but the new one.
Nah, that
that
new
shit
school
I can't-
bachata
yeah,
is
that shit I
soft,
can't
yo.
do.
Yeah.
Nah, the old school bachata is hard. That shit is hard, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta tap into like Teodoro, for example.
Okay.
That guy is blind. They call him El Cieguito de la bachata. And dude, he
Stevie
sings his
Wonder
ass off,
bachata?
man. Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh man, I think he could see, man. I don't know, like-
Now Stevie could see because he drives, bro.
He drives. Yo, he
Yeah.
probably has an automatic drive.
that shit braille. On the fucking, he stays on the line,
Rail
motherfucker.
steering wheel.
Nah, I know they said so. I know, like, off topic with Stevie, they have said that he could see up to like a certain distance.
Okay.
Because he'll tell you like, hey, dude, I don't like that yellow shirt. You're like, what? Bitch, you could see.
I don't know.
Like,
man.
you can't smell yellow. You know what I mean? Like, you can't feel yellow.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? But there's been some people that come out that, dude, this motherfucker, it's all a lie.
Wow.
Some bitch can see.
There ain't no way, man. Look how he
true or
moves,
not?
man. Look how he moves, man.
That's part of the gimmick.
It could be.
It's part of the
It's
gimmick.
an old scheme.
fuck
Like,
that.
I mean, I don't want to break people's hearts and shit, but
Well, have
It's all a lie.
we seen his chicks? Are they hot and shit?
have you seen his house?
He hasn't either.
He hasn't either.
No,
I'll be
but-
here all week.
If he's with an ugly chick, then I'll believe he's blind. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
hilarious.
No, well, he did that Ray Charles where he would feel the wrist to see if they thick or not, and then he'd be like, "All right, we move on.
man.
We keep it
but
moving."
some girls are thick in the right places.
well, he won't ever see it.
Yeah.
But fuck, Stevie
We're going
Wonder,
to hell.
boy.
We're going to
Nah,
hell. I love
Stevie's
it.
great.
man,
Dude,
that's right,
superstition.
the on fire part, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, we go off track a lot. We can't focus. Now, say if I were to go and I'm trying to be I consider myself an MC or whatnot, right? And I don't know any better from whatnot. And I'm trying to go to hit you up rap seminar, be like, look, dude, I need some analytics to come through. But if I'm gonna believe your word, have you ever put anything out yourself? Have you tried to put out an album out, or do you have an album out?
Oh, good one. So I put out. It's interesting. I'm a behind the scenes type of cat, right?
Yeah.
So I do rap. I've been rapping like probably, I don't know, man, like 20 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
I love to freestyle, like on the spot, spontaneous.
So you
in the
battle
moment
people or
shit.
what?
I'm not a battle rapper. In my
But you get in the
mind-
cipher. You get in the
Yo,
cipher.
I'm in the cipher all day.
No.
In my mind, like I got some bars ready. Like if
Right.
somebody
Someone
want to challenge
go,
me, like,
yeah.
but I'm not a battle rapper because that's a whole nother realm, really. And now that I'm working with Chilla Jones, I understand battle rappers are like on a total different level, right?
Okay.
But I love to be in the cipher. I put out an album with my cousin. My cousin is a phenomenal MC. His name is Bison. And so I was like the creative director behind that one.
Okay.
And so my hand was like I picked all the beats. I helped him with, he's a phenomenal lyricist, but I did give feedback on the writing. I chose the album art. I got the album artist. So I think that I would say like that's the closest to me having my own album. You
Okay.
know, I put him on to rap. You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you.
Yeah.
He'll tell you. I taught him. He's crazy. He's a crazy, phenomenal MC. But do I have a Rob Nice album out? Nah. I have a book of poetry that's published in the Book of Congress.
Okay.
You know what I'm
really?
saying? In the Library of Congress. Yeah. I have over 15 years of experience teaching creative writing and poetry,
Right.
and composition and literature, so my experience with the written word is academic, and my love for the written word is hip hop.
Okay.
You know
Yeah,
what
because
I'm
a
saying?
lot
Yeah.
of people will be, like when you're, like if you're gonna, put it to an athlete, if I'm gonna be a coach, right? Like they're gonna try to test you, be like, well, what have you done?
Oh, yeah.
That I might know. We haven't done
Yeah.
shit. Then why
Word
go
up.
with you?
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
I agree.
That's the reason I asked
That's
that
true.
question.
Yep.
Because it's people everybody wants to be next to Jordan, but they don't want to work like Jordan.
So
you know what
true.
I mean?
So what we do, for example, at this school that I help run, Pendulum Ink, right? We have people who are the best at what they do teaching, right? So
Yeah.
you might be great at an off-the-top freestyle, might not translate to what you can do on an album, right?
Right.
Like me, I'm an off-the-top freestyle MC, burn you like, 5,000 degrees
Yeah.
Celsius. You know what I mean? I might have, no, just whatever, right? Just
Right.
freestyling, right? But at our school, we have, for example, Professor Comic Book Cam. He is a trumpet player, right? And a rapper. He's gone viral a bunch of times. So what he does is he teaches the musicality part. He teaches about cadence, tone, delivery, intonation, volume, how to sound dynamic, right? That's what Cam does. But you could also get in and study with Mickey Fax or Chilla Jones, who teach advanced Jedi techniques.
Okay.
Crazy shit like reverse punchlines, right? Mirror morphing, safety pinning, ribboning,
It's a
right?
whole science to it.
Like, yo, we wrote a book. We invented a bunch of rap techniques that these guys have been using. They invented, right, for years. What do I do at the school? I'm the curriculum editor. So I make sure that all of the documents we have are on point. Everything that we write and show to the public is on point, right? I edit, I revise. I edited the book, and I teach creative writing there. So what I teach is poetry for rappers.
Okay.
Right? And how can these MCs benefit from learning poetic techniques? How does that make them better? So if you're in my class, you might be a better rapper than me, but I can teach you lyrical techniques and poetic techniques that you never heard of.
Right.
So now you have another element to your arsenal, right? Cam is going to teach you cadence and tone and how to be more musical, right?
Okay.
So what we do at my school is we take MCs who are nice and we put the ER at the end. We make them nicer, you know?
Yeah.
And so when it comes to like credibility and respect, like I might not out rap you, but I can enlighten you on what you are doing because of my academic background and because of my training. And I can also help you understand like how to become a better writer, period. If you become a better writer, you're going to become a better rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to what I do as far as analysis is concerned, I look at the lyrics like poetry. Rap is more than poetry because we have timing, we have the music part of it, right? Poetry is musical, but it's word-based, right? And so if we're talking about poetry, then that's my field of expertise. I have a Master of Fine Arts in creative writing, you know? So the credibility part, I haven't really had an issue with. I'll frequently be on the live freestyling with people, you know, and I've gained respect just through how people see I analyze bars, you know, and people have tested me.
Right.
They'll be like, nah, son, I spit 1,000 rhymes. You didn't count it right. And I'll be like, well, hold up. Let me show you my software. Let me show you all my rhyme tallies and why you're not rhyming as much as you think you are, right? So I had to do that a few times.
Break it down to him.
Where I'm like, here's what you did. Like, this is not a rhyme.
You see all that red? That's where you did not rhyme.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
a no-go.
Yeah.
You can't call this a multisyllabic rhyme. It's not rhyming, fam. Like,
do you grade them?
Well,
that's a D. That's a D.
The grading is the scoring, right? So the grade depends on, and whether or not it's a good grade depends on what you value. So if you're an MC and what you care about is how many rhymes you got and how technical it is, then you want a high rhyme count. You want a high percentage of rhymes. You want a high average amount of rhymes per bar on some Eminem shit, right?
Yeah.
Like,
or
who's
whatever.
the one, like, off the charts? Like, you've, like, as far as that, what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I would say off the charts from people I've analyzed, people like Cool G Rap. Cool G Rap, what he does is, and this is the cheat code, to get the high rhyme count.
Talk like sex, man. That shit was.
To get the high rhyme count, you rhyme with the same sound the whole time.
Okay.
One sound, one rhyming sound, right? So all the internals, same rhyme sound as the end rhymes, right? That's what Cool G Rap does.
And then his list makes it a lot better.
Oh yeah, he can make anything rhyme. Right?
Oh man, he's one of my favorite.
He has to be on my right now. He's on my
up there
top
too?
3.
Yeah, he's man.
Still spitting at top
yeah,
levels.
he's still around.
Yeah, he's nasty.
Yeah.
You know, so going back to when you're saying that when you're a battle rapper, it's like a whole different breed.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Like what mindset or like what?
Okay.
What do you got to be a good fucking battle rapper? Like talk about that.
These guys, man, it's different than regular hip hop because what you have is like wordsmiths, and these people have the craziest wordplay, right? And the people who follow and listen to battle rap and like really study it,
That's a whole nother thing.
they can hear. They're listening for shit that regular audience doesn't listen for, and a regular audience wouldn't even catch it, right? So battle rappers, they do stuff that people who rhyme to a beat don't do, right? Like they could do stuff because it's mostly a cappella is battle rap, right? So you really have to have a lot of dependency on your voice. How does your voice sound? And the different wordplay and the wittiness of it is on different levels, right? So they're innovators. So for example, there's a technique that we have at Pendulum that came out of the battle rap world, which is called glitching, right? And technically, I'm not really allowed to teach the lessons unless we're in class, but I'm going to bend the rules right now. Right. Sorry, Mickey.
You're a teacher. You can do what you want.
I'm sorry, Cam and Jeff. You know what I mean? I gotta. So glitching is basically like a type of homophone or homonym where you use a word and then you use the sounds of the word again, but it means something different, right?
Okay.
So for example, if Chilla Jones, for example, he was in a battle and he had this scheme or a glitch where he was using 10 and 2, 10 and 2, right? The numbers, right? So it was crazy because he said he was dismantling this guy in the battle, like tearing him apart. And he goes, he said he was talking about like beating this dude up or whatever.
Right.
And he was like, he said something like the surgeon tended to.
Okay.
His tendons too. Right?
Yeah.
Had his wife on the wheel like it's 10 and 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So had his wife on the wheel as in like a steering wheel.
Right.
Where the
Her will, like his will, his last word, like his writ, right? So had her hand on the will like it's 10 and 2. Like, so he repeated 10 and 2 in different ways to give it different meanings, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the techniques. It's like high level literary shit that even poets don't really use that much. You know? Yeah, man.
Damn, that's fucking wild.
It's a different era, different game.
It's a different game, yeah, for sure.
Like, and then a lot of those battle rappers, like you were saying, it doesn't translate to, say, putting it on wax or
music is different.
Yeah, I mean, because one big example of that would be Cannabis. You know, like he was amazing. But it didn't. It didn't. Well, he was fucked around with the wrong guy. You don't fuck around with LL. Anyway, that's a whole different thing.
Not get me into that debate. We're gonna be here for another hour. Cannabis won that shit, man.
You can't fuck with LL. It's LL. You can't fuck with LL. Untouchable.
First round KO. That was it. There's nothing LL could do after that. Cannabis.
He didn't have to. LL was solidified. He's a fucking legend.
Career wise, all of that.
You shouldn't even have gone there with LL.
Yeah, I got
He let you on the song.
His record.
On his song. Now, I'm not saying he's not nice.
Yeah.
Right.
You just don't fuck with him.
No, I know.
You don't fuck with the hand.
And he was out of role, and he should have been checked, and he got checked.
Yeah.
That's it.
I still think Cannabis won.
And he joined the military, and that was it. Am I lying? No, I'm not saying he's not nice.
Right.
Yeah.
You just don't go against LL, bro.
Funny,
You could ask Fat Joe. You don't do that.
You don't go against the hand that feeds you, boy.
You don't do that. You don't do that.
He did say he would take the mic off his arm.
Yeah,
Right?
he did.
Stuff like that on his own track.
Damn. So when you're looking at rap, where it originally started with fucking Herc, and you know when it originally started, right? And where it's transitioning now, do you feel that we're losing our way of actual hip hop now? Because a lot of the new school shit that's coming out is one, it's getting recycled, but then you could also say a lot of old school hip hop was also recycled.
Yes,
because you know everything is coming off of beats and loops and sampling off of everybody else, which is fine. But a lot of this new shit that's coming out, dude, I can't even get through. I can't even get through half a song to be even seeing what these fucking people are talking about.
That's probably
nowadays.
our age. That's our age.
But it's
you're an old head.
Yeah.
You see, that's what I'm trying to see. Are we on the right? Because I understand, you know, different styles coming about. You know, when you hear different regions, you know, like when you hear, you know, down south, fucking Texas beats, Houston beats.
Yeah.
Then you hear fucking ATL. Then you hear, you know, East Coast. Then you got, you know, Trick Daddy, or when Trick Daddy was around in Florida. Like you could see kind of like where everything was kind of going. It was kind of on the same path. But lately, like all this shit, like all this mumble shit, you can't understand what the fuck anybody's saying. And then like a lot of this shit now, like I can't.
But I mean, they used to say that about our music too, like the old heads, like they were like hippity hoppity, and they would just make fun of this shit, but they didn't understand what was going on.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are we?
We're there.
Is hip hop on the right? Is it staying steady, or is it on a decline?
It needs to
like
hit a reset.
where is it at as far as
Let's unplug it and then
lyrically?
plug it back
It
in.
depends.
right? Like we did with this shit.
Yeah. It depends, man. Like, I think that hip hop is just doing what hip hop does. And hip hop is an innovative culture.
Right.
It invents new things and it reinvents itself continually, you know?
Right.
And so we have all these different subgenres of hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Like the trap. We have drill rap out of like
Well, that shit's like
you know,
outlawed in New York
like,
now.
yeah,
isn't it?
like the New York drill rap,
Yeah.
like from
What
the
is that?
Bronx.
Yeah, that shit got fucking
Yo.
outlawed because it's all about killing you, right? Is that that's what the whole thing was?
Drill, like a lot of drill rappers are little kids, man.
Yeah.
They're little kids, and like in the videos, they have guns. They're smoking blunts.
Yeah.
12-year-olds and shit. Like,
Island Boys?
but no, not them.
No, they're real rappers.
Not them at all.
Like,
Like, no, but that drill rap shit is dope. I love like the sounds of it. Like to me, it's like futuristic, you know, and the way they take music that's has nothing to do with hip hop and they make it like extra grimy, you know. But it's like, to me, I think that it's a natural evolution of the culture, that there's
Right.
going to be all types of new different styles and ways of rapping, and
Right.
because not everybody is from the Bronx, New York, and
Right.
not everybody grew up with that, right? So
Yeah.
if you think about the generations in between, we start to lose a little bit of touch with like the originators or whatever, because maybe their stories aren't being told, the techniques aren't being taught, the values aren't being passed on.
But we're still a young.
You
That
know?
it's still a young music.
Oh, yeah.
You
It's
know,
50 years, 50-year
Yeah,
culture.
that's nothing.
Yeah.
So we're still seeing new ways and new subgenres,
Yep.
and I mean, I don't agree with all. I mean, I don't get into all that shit, but
Yeah.
I mean, I get into like maybe 80%.
But
Really?
are we on the right track? I think it's a natural track that we're on. Now, if we look at numbers, and hip hop is the highest selling genre of music in the world.
It's pop now.
Right.
It's
You know what I'm
most
saying?
popular
Like,
music
it
now.
is.
Well, yeah.
It's the highest selling. So, like, in that aspect, it's not going nowhere, you know. But
Right.
are the traditional tenets of the culture being held like intact? I think there's people trying to do that. You know, there's people trying to keep it to the essence, right? Like Pendulum Ink, my school, we teach like
Traditional.
the way to rap, like
Right.
like that cloth. You know what I'm saying? Like
B-boy.
we do that, you know. And then there's places like the Universal Hip Hop Museum trying to, in the Bronx, like capture the artifacts of the culture.
Right.
And then there's like, what do they have? There's like the graffiti museum.
Breaker's
There's
Mat.
all types of like institutions trying to solidify hip hop in history, you know. And I think that we have a long way to go. We're kept out of a lot of elements of society. You know what I'm saying? Like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Wu-Tang should be in there already. You know what I'm saying?
But,
We're
but,
left
but
out
for
of
the
there,
record,
like,
a lot of people should be in there already.
Yeah.
That,
A lot.
that just
Yeah.
you know,
And
so
as
we
far
don't.
as-
It's like, I think that
Public
the
Enemy's
culture.
in there, right?
I'm not sure.
I
They
thought
might.
they just got in, didn't
They
they?
might.
They got in
Missy
like 2
Elliott
years
got
ago.
in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
NWA got in before
bullshit.
LL.
NWA got, yeah, no, that's bullshit. Then Missy Elliott over Wu, yeah, it's full of shit.
But it's complex, man. But I do think that there's MCs that are still doing the thing that MCing. They're still
Right.
MCs.
Right.
You know, whether we know that they're there or not is another thing, you know, and hip hop has to invent everything for itself. We need
Right.
our own media. We need our own analysts. We need our own schools. We got to do everything we need our own podcast.
Right,
like,
right.
look what Drink Champs
Yeah.
Yep.
did. You
Was
know,
it
like
Nori
that was
and,
so needed. You know what I mean? Like, how could we not have had that before or whatever, right?
Right.
But like, I think it's still an infant. Well, maybe not an infant, but we're like a teenage culture. Honestly, I feel like we're
Preteen.
still teenagers or something.
Or pre-puberty.
Yeah, we haven't hit puberty. We haven't hit
We're
our
about
stride
to
yet.
fucking hit that
No,
growth
we're
spurt.
still very young, man.
Hit that growth spurt. Yeah, because it's crazy. Like you were saying, like the evolution of hip hop.
Yeah.
Because you got your styles again, like Nas, right? He's got his fucking storytelling. Then you have somebody, the crazy white boy, the fucking Eminem that talks about all that crazy white boy shit. They got Luda that comes out of nowhere, was just off the wall. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like,
He's
you don't
like a
think
comic
I have
book
to? Yeah,
character.
he's just fucking.
Yeah, he's
hilarious.
kind of like a
You don't know what-
Buster Rhymes. Kind
Yeah.
of like,
Yeah. See, but
comic
Busta is
Oh, he's amazing.
Oh, I love Busta
his
Rhymes, man.
style, boy. Wow. His style is just so.
You know, if they had that versus, I wish he was on with someone. I don't know who they put against.
Who would you put
against,
versus with Busta? Because he could go with his old school shit.
He'd take a couple people
before
down.
he even became Busta. With the leaders of the new school.
Yeah.
He could go
Dude,
with
once
that.
he did that rah like a dungeon
but when he
dragon,
came into
he was
his
out with
own,
that.
when he came into his own though, like I didn't know how lyrical he was until he came out with whatever his solo was with
the first one with a woo-ha.
That album.
And I was just amazed. You know,
Yo, I
That
saw
was a
when that
tracks.
album was new. I went to a Busta Rhymes concert in Arizona, and it was Busta Rhymes, it was Nas, the Fugees,
Ooh,
and freaking Cypress Hill, man.
Okay.
And there might have been somebody else there, but that was a phenomenal show. And Busta Rhymes is a crazy ill performer.
He's got
man.
mad energy.
He's a great performer.
they have like this celebrity theater. Like that's where I went to go see. I went to go see. It was Wu. Wu was there, and that whole stage just turns and shit. And
Oh,
it was,
wow.
Yeah, it was. And then I saw the Spit Kicker tour there with who it was everybody there was De La, and it was just it had Guru and Gangstar, and
That's
it was just
crazy.
it was great.
You see, but Busta has that aura of. So I met Busta when he came down to El Paso for the the Power Jam or whatever many years ago. Complete asshole.
Really?
Complete
Holy
fucking
crap.
asshole.
I've heard that before.
Wow.
Though.
Complete fucking ass.
Wow.
DMX, rest in peace. Met him here. He was on here with the Hard Knock Live tour.
Yeah.
Complete fucking prick.
Wow.
Complete
Dang.
prick. Like so.
That they say never meet your idols.
Yeah,
you know?
because they'll
They do
disappoint
say
you
that.
no matter what. They'll
That happened to me
disappoint you.
a few times. When I was a youngster, I used to try to talk to the MCs at the shows or like get their autograph.
Yeah.
Because I was young, I didn't know no better. And it just took me like a couple times for them to like be like, who the fuck are you? You know, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to try to do that anymore. Like one time I walked up to, I was at Rock the Bells and it was Nas was there, Jedi Mind Tricks, and freaking Immortal Technique, right? So I was chilling in the crowd and I saw Immortal Technique like in the aisle with his people.
Okay.
And at this time I was a huge Immortal Technique fan. And I didn't approach him all crazy or nothing, but I was just like, yo, Immortal Technique, man. I love your music, bro. Like boom, I wasn't asking him for shit.
Yeah.
He just had his arms crossed, like, yo, get out of my face, you know? And then I hit him in Spanish. I was like, yo, muchas gracias porque lo que estás haciendo por nuestra gente, you know?
Yeah.
And when I hit him in Spanish, his whole face changed. And he was like, yo, mano, mi mano. And he gave me like a little halfway hug, you know?
Yeah.
But I stopped talking to rappers after that. Like, I was like, nah, fuck this, man. Because it's like, why? It's
gonna be a
Like, they
disappointment.
don't want to talk to me. You know what I mean?
it's gonna-
So
they got
I
better shit
stopped,
to do.
man. Yeah.
They got better shit to do.
Unless
That's
I'm at a
kinda
meet and greet, and then
Right.
that even feels weird because you paid to talk to them,
And they
so
fucking
it doesn't
brush you
feel
off.
genuine. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's like
So from the people that you're dealing with here in El Paso that come to you, what's the common errors that you're seeing with the people here in El Paso?
errors.
Errors.
You mean like mistakes, like lyrically, or
As
what do you
far
mean?
as for the mindset that they're coming in and whatever they're spitting out, is there
I
a
think
commonality that they have?
It's tough, man. I have a lot of course, a lot of my friends here in the city are MCs, and I want to respect them and their journeys and stuff like that. But
Right.
I think that we have some of the best MCs on the planet here in El Paso.
Really?
Yeah, man. People like Wise Weapon. My guy Wise Weapon can stand up against anybody. Yo, he's phenomenal, man. People like I don't think he's from El Paso. He might be from Cruces, but War 2.
Okay.
War 2 is ridiculous, dude. Crazy
Really?
rapper. But what I think we're missing here in El Paso are MCs. There's some new cats too, like Tony Mundo.
Okay.
Tony Mundo does like that grimy kind of rap,
Yeah.
kind of like in the Griselda, like kind of essence, West Side Gun type of essence. But El Paso based, right? And this other dude who raps in Spanish, Tres Sabores.
Oh shit. Okay.
Phenomenal MCs. But here's what I would say is one of the things that's keeping us from getting on the map is our visuals.
Okay.
I think that our online presence and the quality of our visuals is very shitty, honestly.
Yeah.
Like some of the illest rappers don't have music videos.
Right.
Their content on their page is like shit that they recorded like on some random Nokia cell phone. You can't even see them. It's blurry. You know what I mean? Like this shit matters. Like marketing matters.
Yep.
Right? And I don't care how ill your lyrics are. If the way you present your brand to the world looks low quality and low budget, like it's going to be tough for you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like with the algorithms, and if you don't know how to put a little video together or have a homie who's ill at it, fuck.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
rough.
like
Based on those MCs that you were talking about, are they in it? Is someone in their ear telling them that? Like, hey,
I have no idea, man, but I've reached out to a lot of people all the time. I'm like, yo, let me do something for you. Let me help. And like, they're like, yeah. You know? And then I just like, it's like, dog, let me help. Like, I'm here. Let me do, you see what I'm doing. Like, let me, you know, I'm not like no famous person, but my reach is not international, actually. Right. And so I always tell MCs from here, like, Rap Seminar is a window that people who love hip hop from all around the world are looking through the window of Rap Seminar. Right. And every post is a little view of the window, and like that shit gotta look ill, you know, for people to care and spend a second there. If you look at people like Crystal Poppin, right? Is she a crazy lyricist? I don't know. I'm not gonna judge her, but I don't listen to her music. It's just not in my realm. It's just, I'm sure she's great, you know, but she is doing good. Look at her presence online. Her shit is, photos are top quality. The flyers look amazing. She has like a whole like marketing. She must have a whole team. I'm sure, you know, she does, right? She's like famous. But if you compare that to some of our other local rap, it's a big difference, right? Now, you can't do something on your own like Crystal Poppin is doing with a whole team, right? Yeah. And I don't really know if she has a whole team or not. I don't know her business, but it's like, the online presentation has to be just as dope as your lyrics. If you, in this world, because it's a visual world, it's a video world. It's, you know what I'm saying? Even your pictures got to be ill. Like,
because everything is now Instagram, TikTok, and you got to get hot through there before anybody else really takes a look at you.
Like, if your pictures look like it's grainy and people looking through the fog to see you, and you look like you're on a flip phone from 1995. I don't know if they even had flip phones back then, but it's gonna be tough, man.
I think they were bag phones.
You know,
no, those are brick phones.
The little Nokia joint,
30-minute talk time.
You had to pay for minutes.
You know,
you had to pay for your minutes, boy. Got to get away with the JJ's.
People got the Razor, the Nokia Razor, still like. But yo, no, I'm not hating on nobody but I just do think that we have to get our visuals at a better
if you're going to
level.
devote yourself into that and that's what you want to do, then I guess you got to dedicate yourself to that craft.
And there's people here that are like, there's this homie, Swing Heavy. He does visuals for people, and he's doing visuals for Tony Mundo.
Okay.
And
that's good.
His style is really dope. Like, and I think he does everything on his iPhone too.
Oh, really?
Swing Heavy, he did a recap. He's doing a recap for my producer showcase that I did, the Fly Market. But so it's like, get with the people who have the dope cameras and the drones and the who can make you look good, and pay them. Yeah. Like, the thing is, like, with these with our DIY thing that we do, a lot of times we're trying to do it like on a budget. Like, how do we get the most without spending
biggest bang
anything?
for your buck.
Yeah. But sometimes you do have to pay someone for quality.
Right.
You can't ask someone to do some free shit and expect it to come out dope.
Right,
like, you're going to get what you pay for. I do believe that, you know, for the most part.
Yeah. So I know when we were talking originally, you said you had some stuff coming up that you want to push. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So what do we got?
So big event. Big event. It's called the All Elements Exhibition, right?
Okay.
And this is an event that I came up with that brings together the MCs, the DJs, the breakdancers, the graffiti artists, the vendors, you know, and we are covering all the bases of all the elements of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And so basically this show is going to be crazy. I've been putting a lot of work into it. I've been getting sponsors and things. So basically what we're going to do is we have Boca Floja, who is a world-renowned MC from Mexico City. He's going to come through and be one of the MC representatives. Then we're going to have Terminology from I believe he's from Boston. Phenomenal MC, underground, making a lot of noise. He just dropped a sneaker with Ewing Athletics, and he runs something called Good Dad Gang. You might have heard of them. So it's a dope brand, and like so these two guys are like world renowned MCs, right? So we're also gonna have Jazzanot, formerly known as One Man Jazz. He's gonna come through and do a DJ exposition, right, and show us how he gets busy on the turntables. We're gonna have a camera on it and project it,
right, so you can see what he's doing.
That. We're gonna have Desert Eagle Productions, which is a local dance school. They're gonna bring a troupe through with their dancers to do some hip hop dance for us. We have some b-boys coming through. My guy, Natural B-Sides, Natural Old, are gonna be here, who are also visual artists. B-Sides is a DJ as well. We're gonna have a Black Book exhibition for the graffiti artists. So if you into graph and you have your sketchbook, your Black Book, bring it through. I'll set you up. We'll get you a table, and you can show people your work. You can sell art there if you want, prints. You could do live art if you want to. And it's going to be a phenomenal event, unlike any that I've seen here in like over 15 years. I haven't seen any event in town that includes all of the elements of hip hop, you know? And when you get all that together, it's like Voltron, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's another animal. It's not just the rappers. It's not just the...
No, it opens up doors to all of them.
So we'll have the vendors there. And so this event is different, too, because I got a bunch of cool sponsors, right? Like, for example, Fox Labyrinth, the piercing place, right?
Yeah.
They're giving away some gift certificates there. I got Tesla to come through. Tesla is going to bring a bunch of giveaways, as well as 2 of their super fancy Tesla cars for people to test drive. That's going to be pretty dope. And they're gonna have a bunch of notebooks to give away and all of that. And then we also have River Trail Studios, the tattoo shop in Canutillo. They're gonna come through, do some live art. My guy Ashes will be there. And they're one of our sponsors as well. Let me see. What else are we going to have going on?
When is that? When is that going down at?
June 29 at Funk Myers Rec Room.
Oh, shit.
All right. I have grant funding from the Museum and Cultural Affairs Division, El Paso. So it's funded by the city. You know, the first ever hip hop event funded by the city.
Damn.
Never happened. Never once was there a hip hop show that got money from the city. It's historic, you know, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying stay in the facts. You know what I mean? Like,
I would.
The actual factuals.
Brag,
like,
fuck it.
So it's going to be super ill, man. My affiliates, people like Il Paso, are going to be there. My guy Lobes from Sound Mind Solutions. Border Senses is a nonprofit organization that is they publish poets and writers and creative like photographers and stuff like that. They're the nonprofit organization that I'm using, well, not using, but working with in the community, you know. And it's really super dope. I'm hype about it. I want you guys to come through. It's a free show.
29th?
Free show, June 29. June 29. We're going to have Tres Sabores. He's going to perform. We're going to have my guy Wham BBX, who's a beatboxer. He's going to be there with the beatboxing. We're going to have Venomous Verses, which is a duo, super dope.
They're just at the Sheepdog, weren't they?
They were. You saw them. Yeah, they're going to be there. Those are my young bucks, those guys, right? They were students at EPCC when I had my student organization there, my hip hop club, and they would rap in the freestyle cipher back then. And they're always been hungry, man. And they were like, "Yo, you got this show, man. Can we open up?" And I was like, "Yo, fam, like, I wasn't thinking about it, but yeah, you guys are dope. Come through, you know." And I want them. I want the locals to get shine. I want them to get, you know, on stage and just do their thing, man, you know? My guy from the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, Rich Marufo, is going to be there capturing the event. It'll be recorded, so we'll have all the audio. And then we'll also have the visual footage recorded. And then here's the last thing. There's going to be a Q&A panel with Boca Floja, terminology, jazzonaut. I'm going to have a graffiti representative and then a b-boy representative or breakdancing representative there. And they're all going to answer questions about their craft and what they do. So it's going to be a jam-packed event.
A lot of info there.
Yeah, man. It's so much. And I left stuff out. So if you're a sponsor or someone, please forgive me if I left out your info. It's just so much to cover. You know what I mean?
June 29th, Funk Myers. What time is this whole thing getting started?
We're starting at 6 o'clock. We're going to 2 a.m. Damn. And it's going to be like super dope, man.
Where's the after
can't
party?
Wait. The after party is, we'll
at Bucks?
to be revealed. You know what I'm saying?
At Bucks? Nice.
Let me see. Yeah, like the event is going to be super ill. And I'm very proud to be able to do this and to make it free.
Right.
Because it's not about me trying to make money and capitalize off of it. This is really just about like, let's do something where we can celebrate the 50-year anniversary of hip hop.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this beautiful culture that we have, you know?
See, because, El Paso's always late to the party because El Paso was late as fuck.
Not as much as we used to.
No.
We're a little better now.
Yeah. No, we're a lot better now. But I mean,
we have access to stuff now.
But that's why we were late to the party because before, like, you'd have to hear shit 2 years after it came out, like a brand new coming out. And then now that we have the internets and you have access to everything, now
you would dub the show, but back then it was like on AM radio. And shit.
So
like,
now you have to have, you got to be up on it. You know what I mean? So it's good to see, because the culture was always here. It was just difficult to have access to shit. Because the majority of the people that had access was all military heads.
And lack of venues. Ones that had shit. We didn't really have that many dope venues.
Yeah. So you had lack of accessibility. So now that we have it, we have people coming out of El Paso, like you said, Crystal Poppins. You had Khalid now on the R&B side.
Yep.
I mean, little by little, people are trickling out, which is good to see.
And there's some people who are now discovering El Paso that kind of have a name already and are coming here to record and to interact and connect with people. Like there's a dope producer named VHS. And he's recorded with a lot of really ill underground MCs, like with Rome Streets and like all these people that are really like hot right now.
Yeah.
And he loves it out here. He's been out here. I connect with him when he comes through. And like I think Recognize Ali was out here. He recorded something, some type of video or something. But there's a lot happening. Like, and I've hosted a bunch of underground shows here. Like we had Elzai. I got to host that one. We had Abstract Rude. We've had Tash from the Alcoholics recently. Okay. We had Mobb Deep was here. Freaking Onyx was here. The homie from NWA, the producer. The Arabian Prince, one of the original NWA producers was here.
Yeah.
Freaking The Far Side. I got to host that show.
Yeah, Far Side.
Were you guys at that show? The Far
No,
Side.
I
was.
I saw them with Woo. One of the best album, one of the best at the 25th anniversary in Cali.
Okay.
Far Side Open, De La Soul, Eric B. and Rakim.
No way.
And then the Woo put on a 3-hour show.
Damn.
It was fucking
3-hour Wu-Tang show?
It was they did the whole 36 chambers and then they broke up because it was the 25th anniversary.
Right.
So they did the whole 36 chambers and then they all did their own individual catalog.
That is wild.
Dude, I was blacking out. I was crying.
I know that feeling.
When I saw Eric B. and Rakim because they were never going to be together. And I saw it and it came out. And then
I saw him at the House of Blues.
Who's that kid? They had some cat that draws behind the whole time they're rapping. Some dude's got like a Etch-a-Sketch, like a big ass, and he's just fucking getting down and just fucking. It's a whole thing. But yeah, when you saw Eric B. and Rakim get on stage, and I was like, yo, like to me,
I thought I would never see that.
Yeah, to me, I was like, dude, this is something that I thought was never gonna happen again.
That's why I saw Rakim once.
Shit.
I saw Rakim
here, right?
once. No, I saw him at
because he went to Funk Myers.
Where did I see Rakim? At A3C in Atlanta. I don't think they're doing that festival anymore. But A3C in Atlanta had Rakim, and it was foul. They did him dirty, man, because he only rocked for like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, you can't do that.
Because everybody's set got pushed back, and then they started cutting people's set because of the time. And Rakim was like doing this thing, man, like all the classics, right? And then he was like, yo, that's my time. They're telling me I got to get off this. Yo, people were so hot. They were so mad. Like, how do you do that to the God MC, you know?
Nah, dude, you don't do that with Rakim, boy.
No, it was foul, man. But that was my only time seeing Rakim. I would love to see him with Eric B, man.
Dude,
it was really dope.
They did a half hour. And
it's hard. I don't know why. Why do they have some issues?
They had beef with what was the beef?
They were beefing.
Yeah, they were beefing.
They were beefing for many years.
Was it about who was number one or money or it was something that they got to the point where like they said, you know, when we see you on the moment, it's fucking on, like it's fucking going down.
Damn.
Yeah, it was real beef. It
was bad. It was bad. So.
I hate seeing that. And then like Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Yeah. I don't think that they're doing shows together either. I don't think.
Shit.
That's a heartbreaker.
When you saw the same shit happen with the Woo. With Raekwon and everybody was having,
yeah.
And brothers fight, you know.
But they were able to bring it back together, though. I think.
But then RZA went and did his own shit and fucked them over again.
It's because that's his thing, though, man.
Because he was the guy in charge.
RZA's the Abbott for a reason, bro.
Yeah.
He controls that. He was the artistic guy.
I love you, Raheem.
Yeah, he is Woo. He is Woo.
Yeah, but yeah,
it's a genius.
It is hard to get into, man, because it's like, damn, dude. I understand there's family and music, and then there's fucking money.
Yep.
And that's the biggest fucking problem. The money
thing is tricky, man, and it takes, I think, a lot of communication and understanding. Like you have to be on the same page with the people that you're getting money with.
Yeah.
And everyone has to understand their roles and their when I'm co-owning a rap school and it's 5 of us.
Right.
And I'm not the main owner.
Right.
Like, I have a percentage, right? So it's like, how do we negotiate our percentages and be respectful of each other and not have pride.
Right.
And not have your feelings hurt if you're not the one with the, you know, you're not making as much as somebody.
Right.
Or I do as much work as him, but I don't have a why, you know, like, and those are things that I think we all might struggle with when we're working on a team but there has to be a level of trust, and you guys have to all know, like, what is your role? What position are you playing? And sometimes, you know, you got to bite the bullet a little and just play your role and it will pay off. Yeah. Right. Like with percentages and dealing with stuff like that, it's easy to have disagreements and, you know, things, but sometimes just do it, man. Like, and just make the pie big, you know, like the bigger the pie, that little percentage is going to be a lot, you know,
more.
Like
it's going to be a lot more.
But the money starts making it complicated.
the money's tough. The money's
the root of all evil, dog.
Right? Yeah.
The root of all evil. So for people to get a hold of you, to get more information about the school and attend, where's the best spot or the best place for them to get the information?
Yeah, word up. So the best way to find me and just all things Rap Seminar and Pendulum Ink is just through my Instagram page. Just hit me at Rap Seminar. Mm-hmm. And I'm really good about my DMs and stuff like that. My website is rapseminar.com. That's where all the merch is and things of that nature. You can download, for example, a PDF file that teaches you a step-by-step process of hooking up your online shop and drop shipping. Mm-hmm. So there's that. The school website is pendulumink.com. Ink as in INK, pendulum, traditional spelling. And this school is phenomenal, man. Just on Wednesday, we had a class with Ab Soul.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You know, Grammy-nominated artist.
Yeah.
Phenomenal MC. Was a great class. Once a month, we have a legendary MC. The next MC is King Los, right? We've had Method Man. We had Inspector Deck. We had Master Ace. This year, we're going to still have Rod Digga from the Flip Mode Squad.
Oh, shit.
She's going to teach. We're going to have
Man, she's so dope.
Benny the Butcher.
I've heard that name in a while.
I've heard
that name in a while, too.
Who? Benny the Butcher?
Yeah,
Benny the Butcher is going to be there. It's going to be really dope, a dope year. So, yeah, man, if you want to, you know, take classes at the school, you go to pendulumink.com and you can enroll there or chat with us, ask questions. But just hit me at Rap Seminar and whatever it is, I'm here to help. You know, that's what the page is about. That's what the brand is about. That's
Bond. So June 29th, again, Funk Myers.
Yep.
Starting at 6. Do you have the address for Funk Myers offhand?
Yeah, Funk Myers Rec Room is located at Suite B1, 1506 Lee Trevino Drive, El Paso, Texas, 799 3-6. You know what I mean?
Make sure you get there early because
behind Chili's.
Yeah,
yeah,
get there.
basically.
Yeah, right behind Chili's.
Yeah, we're still small. Where we can say
say
the
that.
Chili's on the east side.
Chili's,
yeah.
Chili's on Lee Trevino.
Yeah.
Right behind there.
But show up. We're gonna do the Tesla test drives before 8:00, most likely.
Yeah.
Before people start drinking and shit, because we don't need no drunk drivers. But
I drive better when I'm drunk.
do you? Okay. Well, maybe you can.
Well, the Tesla will drive itself for
Yeah.
you.
They
So,
should, right?
Yeah, it
People
should.
should.
They will really try that.
That's what
fucking-
you should try to do is get them drunk and then just
see
have
how
them-
good it is.
I did. Speaking of Tesla, we're also going to be giving away 2 overnight test drives.
Oh,
Okay.
So that's going to be a raffle situation where someone might win. You get to have the Tesla from just overnight, like the whole night, then whole next day type of situation.
I'm still into
Just
gas
whole big
cars,
ballin',
but
you know what I mean?
I hope it's charged by the time you get home.
yeah, right.
Because if it ain't charged,
You
then
run
you're
out.
really fucked.
yeah.
It's
You
gonna
try
be
to take it
sitting
to
there.
truth or consequences real quick.
It's
in
gonna
Hot
sit there in your
Springs.
parking spot, just fuck.
Yeah,
just sit
man.
there for nothing. So June 29th,
Yeah.
at fucking
And
Rec
this
Room, boy.
this event really is thanks to the Museum and Cultural Affairs Division here in El Paso, who awarded me some grant funding, which allows the event to be free.
Right.
They are operating under a grant through the National Endowment for the Arts, the
Mm-hmm.
NEA. And all of my sponsors, man, Tesla, Jai Carey, Destiny and Light Hair and Makeup Group, Calavera Culture Shop, Fox Labyrinth, and River Trail Studios,
Yeah.
And then I also got to shout out the affiliates, right? Like
Yeah.
Sound Mind Solutions, El Paso, Border Senses, the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, my guy Lobes, my guy Rich Marufo, you know what I'm saying? It's really a community thing.
Right.
Where we're all like bringing it together and trying to make something dope, you know?
Fucking fire, dude. So June 29th, 6 p.m. Get you an overnight Tesla that's hopefully charged because there's no fucking because you can't charge that shit at the crib with just a
Yeah,
regular
right?
extension cord. The way we
USB.
Yeah,
Is
we
it
can't
a
we can't
micro
bootleg
USB?
that shit. We can't bootleg that shit that well.
man.
Any last words before we get out of here, dog?
Nah, yo, I just really appreciate you guys, man, for having me.
Yeah.
And for giving us creatives and artists and thinkers and just here a space, you know, to express ourselves, to promote what we're doing, and
Right.
just to build with you guys and connect, man. This is important, and I think that we should value our podcasters here in the city, because who else is giving us attention? Like
Right.
who else is letting us speak and putting us on air and
Right.
like who? Like this is who you got to beat. You got to come here to Words on Fire and hit them up, man. You know what I'm saying for this
Go.
because it's important, it's needed, and you got to get your name out there, man. And this is one of those ways.
Yeah, dude. Well, like I said, man, I appreciate you putting through with our technical glitches we had earlier.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
even worry.
Your patience.
But like you said, the biggest thing is about putting the name out, building to something together. It's not about money at the end of the day. It's about putting recognition on it. You know what I
definitely,
mean?
man.
So that appreciate you coming through. June 29th, Funk Myers Rec Room. Get that Tesla. Get all the information that's
We'll be
going
there.
through on the
We'll be
Q&A.
Yep.
That's going to be the most important part is the Q&A shit. That's just going to be fucking mad interesting. Hit up my dude, Rap Seminar, on the Instagram, Rap Seminar on the, what was it, rapseminar.com or
rapseminar.com. Yep.
There you go. Hit them up anywhere, everywhere. Follow. Keep the love going. Till next time, don't be an asshole. Don't be a dick. Deuces.
All right.